So I was trying to find out some more information about just Temple of Blood and how they, if they, it might not be them, but I know it's the Order of Angles because I know that this is what they're doing within electronics and the art of like eating people alive for their sacrifice, and it makes money. But look, it says, well, you can barely see right here. I had to take a picture of it, but it says Absu means, um, it means the essential business. Absu means Accenture Business Service for Utilities Incorporated, which essentially means like it's like the main holding of what it what is being generated. And I would imagine the Order of Angles, um, along with the Temple of Blood, they're connected to this Temple of Them, and the Temple of Them is in Australia. Um, Trying to figure out how to turn the screen up. But what's interesting about Australia that I've noticed is that Australia was originally a outlaw place. It was like Britain was getting rid of all their prisoners, and they basically put all their prisoners and said, "Look, if you make it, you make it. If you don't, you don't." And basically, if they got killed or whatever, I guess that was just the legal status of what was going on, you know. So I was looking at how um, folk like and then I went to and see, and with that, like, I there's the temple of them in sinister solidarity. You go down and it says the temple of solidarity, the temple of them manifesto, the book of Apsu, Liber 1313, which is different because Libra 1313, I've understood, I believe Libra 333 means for the Great Sanhedrin. I could be wrong, but that's 1313. I have no idea what this is. But these people are incredibly intelligent. Um, like, if these people have even gone, I believe, to Australia, and because there was outlaws, I think they've. It sounds ridiculous, but I think they, on legal terms, they have this thing. It's called like revenge porn. And apparently, I don't know what revenge porn is, and it's but whatever it is, it has to be something. There's something that the Order of Angles is trying to bring about their system of law through the folk, and that goes into like a community of people, but then that goes into a gang, a folk nation gang, with Vindex and all these this weird sigils and stuff. But the folk said basically like they were trying to legally verify what a brain computer face like EEG would be, for remote neural networking and monitoring. And I read an article where they said that it was worth a value of $2 every hit. So if I was pinging off of you, like, so say I had your thought in my head and then my thought sent back a recorded EEG with brain computer interface, and they said it's worth $2. And you say, this is foolish. There's no way that the government has this technology. And I'm telling you, they already have it. And they even have like a little headband that they have to wear at night, that monitors your neural network died, so that somebody can't hijack and steal your stuff. I guess that's a future of this headband. It's like, I'm wearing this, I'm recording what my brain is thinking at night, and if you try to illegally steal my data, I mean, it's getting ridiculous. The technology is so ridiculous these days. Um, but just to reverse engineer something, but Opsu means so many different things. Like, it is something that is going through every transmitting utility that you can imagine. It is just bizarre. Like, so the choice of words is they're very upfront. Like, they're almost cocky about how they're getting away with all this stuff. Um, but like, I mean, this is like Opsumata and all stuff. Like, it's a huge system, but it's all being done illegally through like terrorist organizations. But it's big funding. Like, this is crazy. So like, we gotta really like know what's going on out here. But most of the time, you see these individuals in Temple of Blood, like, they get propaganda and they start doing terrible things, like shootings at mosques and like killing cats and take pictures of themselves. You know, like Angel, he's this one guy that was in, and I don't even know how Angel got into the Temple of Blood because he is Mexican or whatever, or Salvadoran or wherever he is. So, and I'm like, that's just bizarre, you know. But it's because they hijack these people will hijack your mind, and they use this equipment that's established within science, and they illegally are using this, and nobody has called them out on it. Because like they want me to do terrible things, and I'm like, I refuse. You know, I believe in Jesus. I'll cuss. You know, I get mad, I get angry, I drink, and I need to stop doing that. But as far as that, because it just leaves you at a vulnerable state to accidentally do something because they're in your head talking all that trash. Um, but um, but the main goal is for me to the main goal is for me to do something crazy bad to somebody, and then I would in turn get a prison sentence, and then that's how they would fuel the prison sentence because they've already invaded Martinet Press Temple of Blood. It explains it quite straightforward. Um, that's how they essentially have sought to build infrastructure within the prison system, and it's their sacrificial abattoir. Like this is like the most sickening shit you can ever think is going on in the United States of America, and it's totally dominating everything. And it just, you know, if there is anywhere that I can need some help, and you know about this, and you know about like more science about how this is being done, um, I would much appreciate if you would leave a comment. It's because like people are just so vulnerable to this. You know, you would think that you were going crazy, or you would think you had schizophrenia, and I was watching Eileen Warnos' last interview, and Eileen Warnos, she said, "Look, she said the same thing's going on with me." She said they pretty much raped her, and then they told her like, "Here's a pistol. We're in." She didn't want to say she didn't want to sound crazy. So, but what was going on is they infiltrated her head, and they were telling her like, "Look, we're with you. We're the police department. We're the FBI or whatever. And when you go out and you're a hitchhiking hooker, whenever you get picked up, whenever you get into trouble, you shoot." Because they had already raped her. They'd already programmed Eileen Warnos because she was so viciously raped. And then they gave her the gun and they instructed her. But it was an infiltration to the FBI because this is probably the Order of Angles before the Temple of Blood, I believe. But then she said that then she said that she left some real sloppy work. And because she realized that she had made a mistake and she had trusted what seems to be superior technology within the CIA and the FBI or whoever it was, and it wasn't the case. And there was another case that there was a guy that was given in New Mexico. He was given by two men a briefcase with files that looked like they were from the CIA, and he was told to kill a man directly. And you would think, well, that's kind of ridiculous. You would just pick up a briefcase and go shoot somebody because two men told you that they were with the CIA and that need to be done. Well, if you're hearing them in your head, that's that's easy to understand. But even Eileen Wuornos, she said that they had some kind of eye in the cell and they torture her with a BCI. So like if and there was and then she says there's a giant satellite over the compound. So these people have this technology, but I think they're doing it through the Order of the Double Dragon somehow, or the Order of the Imperial Throne, and it extends out to every other university. And so people are amazing networkers. I'm dumb, but if you guys know how this works and you have figured it out, just let me know. Let me know more about what I need to know about, and because all I'm good at is looking at symbols and figuring out what they mean. That's all I'm good at, really, and just staying alive. So, but thank you for your time and thank you for your comments.